Felicitous greetings, fellow fanatics.
Welcome back everyone, I'm Fanatic, and today we're taking a look at the upcoming Purple War, classic style real-time strategy game by Warlogics Ltd. Please keep in mind that this is a preview based off of an early access release. As such, nothing is finalized and anything seen herein is subject to change. Before we begin though, what's your favorite Westwood Blizzard style RTS? Let me know down in the comments below, and then let's begin. Heavily inspired by the likes of StarCraft, Purple War is completely unashamed to show what it's trying to be. But as I've said before, the difference between an homage and a ripoff is in how well it's crafted. You'll take on the role of one of three races: humans, elves, or orcs, each with their own unique units, upgrades, tech tree, and a specific limitation on how they can build. Humans have things the easiest and can build their structures anywhere that there's a clear patch of land. However, some structures can only be built after upgrading their town hall into a keep and eventually a citadel. Elves on the other hand have to first place down life trees. Most of their structures can only be built within range of one of them, but they do have the added advantage of not needing their workers to remain with the buildings for them to warp in. Meanwhile, all orc structures corrupt the ground around them, and with the exception of their fortress, new buildings can only be built upon this corrupted ground. However, their workers are protected when building a structure. They can't be harmed unless the building itself collapses first. At this point, you may be thinking, wow, this really does sound like StarCraft, and you're not wrong. The basic building patterns are very much inspired by StarCraft, but if you paid close attention, you may have already noticed that the humans, not the orcs, are the ones that have to upgrade their central structure. While many things do feel a lot like StarCraft, including the two basic resources that you have to mine, with the rare resource requiring a building to be constructed on top of it before it can be harvested, many other things feel like they're shuffled around. For example, it's the orcs that have the heavy cost units that go for quality over quantity, whereas humans tend to be the swarmy faction with lots of cheap units. And then things get even more unique with special abilities that are often completely different from their StarCraft counterparts. Rest assured that it will take you time to learn the tech tree and what the strengths and weaknesses of individual units are. But there is one major feature in this title that does separate it from StarCraft, and that's the hero units, or legends as they're referred to in-game. Each faction has 3 unique heroes that it can call upon. You cannot begin construction of your faction's hero structure until 10 minutes have passed in a skirmish match. You may only have one of said structure at any time. In addition to the obvious purpose of summoning heroes, said structures also rapidly heal any friendly heroes nearby. If a hero falls in battle, you can spend the resources to summon them once again. All heroes have unique passive and active abilities, and the rule of thumb should be to build them early and often. This video is brought to you by Zephyr Workshop's Aegis Second Ignition, currently on Kickstarter. I've featured the original Aegis more than once on my channel, it's no secret that I'm a huge fan. This medium-light tactical skirmish game will have players assembling teams of 5 robots to battle it out. As the battle rages on, robots can combine together to form larger, stronger machines to wage battle. In addition to featuring scores of new robots that can be played as a standalone title, the new box is fully compatible with the original Aegis. Second Ignition also features the brand new Starpoint and Solo modes, giving you more ways to play than ever before. Combine your pledges now to help make this new set a reality. And then we come to my favorite part of any RTS, the campaign. As of the time of writing, there are currently only 5 levels in the campaign mode, all of which have you playing as the human faction. Elves and orcs are planned to have their own campaigns, but they're not yet implemented. As for what's there, it's okay-ish, I suppose. My main problem is that pretty much all the maps have one specific path to go. Build up an army to overwhelm your opponent and assail their base with overwhelming numbers. There's really only one path of attack, which really takes away from the strategic nature of the game. You just defend your single entrance, build up your troops, and attack. I'm hoping future missions will offer more variety and options, but as it is, the campaign mode feels more like an afterthought. All in all, it's clear that Purple War is focused largely on the multiplayer aspect of the game, and I do realize that's what many RTS fans, including many StarCraft fans, like about the genre. I can't comment on the game's current state of balance, but if you've been craving a new StarCraft-style RTS, and it has been over a decade since StarCraft 2 hit shelves, then this is definitely one to keep on your radar, especially if you're primarily interested in the competitive aspect. As far as the single-player campaign goes, I hesitate to judge the game by its first 5 levels alone, but they are sorely lacking. By this point in StarCraft's campaign, And if you're going to make a game that's this brazen about being a clone, you better expect some direct comparisons. We were doing the Jacobs installation mission, which had a map with multiple angles of attack you could take, as well as some noteworthy variety with the previous pure micro mission. But that being said, if the campaign isn't what matters to you, there is a solid foundation here. The factions each bring something different to the table, and while it clearly does derive a lot from StarCraft, it's a fairly strong homage nonetheless. The art direction is quite nice, with bright, colorful, cartoony units that are easily distinguishable on the map, and while the gameplay is rather safe, it's still enjoyable all the same. As this is an early access title, I'll not be giving Purple War a formal review score at this time, but I will be crossing my fingers and hoping that the campaign sees some notable improvements along the way. Purple War is currently available for early access purchase for PC via Steam. If you're interested in purchasing or learning more, links are included in the description. But what about you? What do you think of Purple War? What fantasy-themed RTSs do you enjoy? If you have any questions, remarks, or opposing points of view, leave them in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. If you really enjoy my channel, please consider funding my channel on Patreon. Until next time, farewell, fellow fanatics. Thank you again for watching. I have plenty more to share with you if you're interested. You can click up here above my head to subscribe to my channel. You can click over here on my monitor to see the most recent video that I've worked on. Or if you prefer, you can click up here to open this mysterious vault and see what video that the YouTube algorithm has picked just for you.